Hello, YouTube. This is Christopher with writingbeginner.com. Thank you so much for watching my video. Today, I want to speak to you who say, I hate social media, but I need it for my business. I feel you. Do I feel you? I feel you. This is my message to you. So stay tuned. Okay, so you're in business and maybe you're on social media, maybe you're not, but either way, you hate it. You can't stand it. It gives you anxiety to think about social media, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, and whatever other social media that exists in the future, because odds are there's gonna be more. Whatever it is, it gives you anxiety to think about even going on social media. Maybe you've created social media and it's like a ghost town there. You have very few followers, you follow very few people, and nothing is happening. There's no interactions. You maybe haven't been on there for weeks or months. Every once in a while, you wake up at 2 a.m. covered in sweat, and you remember you have social media out there that's doing nothing. It's a ghost town. Then maybe you're an artist, an author, an entrepreneur, and you've actually poured your energy and your time into social media, but you have got nothing in return. But the data isn't good. You've had very few conversions into sales, brand awareness. You're not even sure if that's a thing that's happening with your social media. The bottom line is you don't like social media. And if you had a choice, you wouldn't do it. But maybe you feel trapped and you're thinking, I have to have social media because I need it because I'm in a business. I need it because I'm an author. I need to build a brand. I need to build an audience. So I have to be on Twitter and Snapchat and Facebook. I have to go into Quora and Reddit, these forums, and I have to build up an audience and answer questions so that when my book launches, it'll launch with some reviews or some initial sales. If any of that sounds familiar to you, if you can relate, then you know now that I can relate too, because man, have I been there. I literally spent not only hours, but days and weeks, and literally stayed up all night trying to figure out a certain social media platform. I just couldn't gain traction. For me, it started with Facebook. And I joined a bunch of Facebook groups, and I try to promote to my friends and families about my book and my businesses. And then I created a whole new Facebook account for just me as a writer, a freelance writer, and a creative writer for my fiction and my nonfiction. I just started trying to make things happen. And yeah, some things happened. I had some successes. I created a Facebook group that was very successful while I was focused on it. But then I got busy and I went away and I did other personal business. And when I came back, it was effectively dead. I've also been on Twitter. And now I've poured myself into Twitter for a very long time. And I spent lots and lots of hours on Twitter. And I have changed my profile picture, my cover picture so many times. This little section here where I do my bio, I had so many different bios there. I mean, I spent so much time trying to figure out the little nuances of Twitter. And like a lot of authors, at first I just mostly just wanted to promote. So I promoted my books and my blog posts all the time. Now I still do some of that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the way I was doing it was just 100% promote, promote, promote. And I wasn't giving any value. But you can see that I have 9,670 followers. And I actually had more than that before, but I haven't done anything with Twitter. It's kind of been a ghost town for a long time until recently. And then I started getting a few subscribers every day or every week. And I also have a YouTube channel. Now, I created a YouTube channel originally like years ago, posted a couple videos, and then I gave up. Why? Because it was a big learning curve. I didn't have time. I had a full-time job. I was raising my kids, and I was trying to do my business, which was writing for me. You, maybe it's art, maybe it's business or entrepreneurship. Whatever it is, it takes time. So you can see that my YouTube channel is actually still pretty small, but it is building. I've been putting more into it recently, and it's starting to slowly build momentum. And as I focus on it and put more time and energy in it, it's going to build a little bit more. Okay, but you knew all that already. At least you knew the feelings and the thoughts and the anxiety. You already knew you hated social media. And the question is, do you really need it? Must you have social media to be a successful entrepreneur, businessman or woman, writer, artist? Can you still be successful? Can you still promote your work and your business without social media? The answer is absolutely. You absolutely don't need social media at all. However, it might be in your benefit to have social media, at least some social media, if you do it in a certain specific way. If you have a certain approach that's effective, you can actually have a little bit of social media and it won't be quite as painful. Yet you'll still get really, really good results. So here's my message to you who say, I hate social media, but I need it for my business. First of all, you don't need it for your business. You don't have to have it. I want you to let that go, breathe a sigh of relief, and realize you actually don't need social media. You can be successful without any social media. You don't even really need a website or an email address to be successful at business. You can have a local business that's really super successful in your neighborhood or in your town, your word of mouth. And if you do a good enough job at your business, then that word of mouth might spread far and wide. So that's the first thing I want you to know. You absolutely don't need it. So if you hate it and you don't want to do it, you never want to think about it again, delete your accounts and get off of it. Focus on doing a really great job at your business, writing a really good book, being the best artist or entrepreneur that you can be. So that's the first thing I want you to know. The second thing is, once you've let that go, I want you to consider or reconsider that maybe, just maybe, you could still use social media. But here's how I'd like you to think about it. Instead of promoting in social media, I want you to do something different. Don't promote, participate. Add value, answer questions, engage with customers or clients or potential clients. Build a community of support and warmth. Don't think of it as building your business. Think about it as connecting with your customer base or other people in your field or in your space. Don't promote, participate. Find forums, places online where you can connect and feel connected, feel supported, and also support others. That's actually one of the secret keys to people who are actually successful at social media is they spend their time connecting and helping other people, not primarily focused on promoting their product or their service or their business. When I stopped trying to promote on Twitter, is actually when my follower count and my engagement account went through the roof. I mean, there was a time where I was so engaged with different communities on Twitter just for fun, just for connection. And there's great connections in the space of being a writer, looking for literary agents, people who are playing hashtag games and coming up with funny answers to different questions. There's puzzles, there's different communities and pockets on Twitter that are really, really neat, really, really cool, and really, really satisfying and fulfilling as a person, not just as a business person. But it's when I stopped promoting on Twitter and I started engaging and participating, that's when my account exploded for the time that it did. Okay, the next thing is that I want you to know, if you hate social media, but you think you need it for your business, is to just pick one social media, one account, one forum, one platform, and focus on that. Don't try to be everything to everybody. Don't try to master all the different social medias and be on Twitter and Facebook and Snapchat and making TikToks. Just pick one and put all your energy into that. So for different businesses, and different subsets of different businesses, that's going to be a different platform. There's a lot of engagement with communities of writers on Twitter. Now, it doesn't seem to be that effective at making sales, but as far as a community of followers and of other writers supporting each other, it's excellent. And there's also a lot of literary agents on Twitter, and writers have actually got literary agents through Twitter. So it's good for that, through like traditional publishing. It can be really cool for building for networking, building connections, and even getting an agent, which can lead to a publishing deal, which can lead to fulfillment of being a full-time writer. For your business, maybe it's Facebook, or maybe it's Instagram, maybe it's even Snapchat or TikTok. For writers, Goodreads is actually not a bad platform either to connect, because it's all about books and reading. But in general, if I was just going to suggest you think about and seriously consider 2 platforms, I would ask you to think about Pinterest and YouTube. The thing about Pinterest and YouTube is that they're both actually search engines. You can actually use search engine optimization to get higher rankings in both Pinterest and YouTube, which means more traffic to your website, to your books, to your blog if you have one. And that usually translates over time into more sales and more of an audience for your services and your products, no matter what you do. The other thing that I really like about YouTube and Pinterest is they're both visual mediums, and they're both conducive to not only building an audience, but you can also create a video or a Pinterest pin and then leave it there forever. And it's evergreen. It'll continue to drive traffic to your books, to your website, to your blog if you have one. It'll keep working for you almost passively, almost automatically. And that's not the same as Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. You send out a tweet, seconds later, it's gone. Even if you pin it to your top of your profile. Now, a Pinterest pin is topical. A YouTube video is topical. So anyone who ever searches that topic with keywords that are in your Pinterest pin or in your YouTube title of your video, in the thumbnail of your video, the picture, or the description, they're gonna have at least a high chance of finding you. That is evergreen. You can set it and forget it. The other thing that I really like about Pinterest and YouTube is that they are very easily monetized. With both Pinterest and YouTube, you can use affiliate links where you recommend products to other people, and when other people buy the products that you recommend, you get a small commission. It's called affiliate marketing. And with YouTube, you can actually, once you reach the requirements, you can actually put ads on every YouTube video, so that every YouTube video is now a little money-making machine, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. So if I was an entrepreneur who hated social media, and I really, really get you, I feel you there, then my message to you is you don't need social media, but you might want to use it anyway. You might want to participate instead of promote. And you might want to pick one social media platform and dig into it. Master that platform, give lots of value, connect with your audience, build a bigger audience, and remember to always be insanely helpful. Really consider YouTube and Pinterest as part of your platform strategy, so that you can monetize, and so that you can build evergreen traffic referral sources to your business or your books or your services. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new here, by the way, please subscribe to this channel, give it a like. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and I'll see you at the next video.